Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cowboys Central, your go-to source for all things Dallas Cowboys. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the gridiron with that signature Lone Star passion. Now picture this. It's week 14 of the 2025 NFL season, and our beloved Dallas Cowboys are locked in a fierce battle against the Detroit Lions at AT&T Stadium, that massive star-studded arena in Arlington, Texas, where the roof opens up like the heavens themselves are cheering for America's team. But folks, this one didn't go our way. The Cowboys fell short in a heartbreaking defeat, and while the spotlight's been shining on some frustrating moments, including what looked like a lack of fire from key players on the field, think wide receivers seeming a bit disinterested during crucial drives, there's another issue bubbling under the surface that's got the coaching staff fired up. We're talking about tight end Jake Ferguson and his ongoing battle with those pesky fumbles. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into this story, breaking it down play by play, with some historical flair and expert insights to keep you on the edge of your seat.
First off, let's set the scene for that tough loss to the Lions. The Cowboys came in hungry, riding the wave of their high-powered offense led by quarterback Dak Prescott, who's been slinging the ball like a modern-day Roger Staubach. Remember Staubach, the Hall of Famer who captained Dallas to 2 Super Bowl wins in the 70s? Yeah, that level of legacy. But against Detroit, mistakes piled up like rush hour traffic on I-35. The defense, oh man, they struggled big time, failing to make those critical stops, leaving receivers wide open like they were running routes in an empty parking lot. And then there's the offense, where turnovers turned the tide. Enter Jake Ferguson, the 26-year-old tight end out of Wisconsin, who's been a fan favorite since being drafted in the 4th round back in 2022. In the first half, on a 3rd and 21, that's a do-or-die down where you need big yards to keep the drive alive. Ferguson hauls in a short pass for about 4 yards. But as he's tackled, bam! The ball pops loose. Fumble recovered by the Lions, who march right down the field and punch in a touchdown, stretching their lead to 17-6. Ouch. That one hurt, Cowboys Nation, because it shifted the momentum in a game that was already slipping away. Now, this isn't just a one-off blunder for Ferguson. This marks his 3rd fumble of the 2025 season, and get this, his 7th over the last 2 years. That's a stark contrast to his first 2 seasons in the NFL, where he didn't cough up the ball once. 0. It's like he went from Mr. Reliable to a turnover machine, and it's raising eyebrows across the league. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, son of the legendary Marty Schottenheimer, and a guy who's coached some of the best offenses in the game, didn't mince words when asked about it on Friday. He called it a fundamental problem, emphasizing that Ferguson needs to take better care of the ball. Imagine Schottenheimer in the film room, pointing at the screen, "Jake, we've got to lock this down. Protect that pigskin like it's your paycheck." And folks, that's no exaggeration. Turnovers like these can cost games, seasons, even championships. Just think back to the Cowboys' storied history. In their 5 Super Bowl victories, ball security was key. Emmitt Smith, the all-time rushing leader and a 3-time champ with Dallas, fumbled only 61 times in his entire career despite carrying the ball over 4,000 times. That's efficiency. Ferguson, at 6 feet 5 inches and 244 pounds, has the physical tools to be that kind of dominant force, but these miscues are holding him back. But wait, there's more to this story than just the fumbles. Let's talk about Ferguson's overall performance this season and whether he's living up to that shiny new contract. Before the 2025 kickoff, the Cowboys locked him in with a 4-year extension worth $52 million, including $30 million guaranteed. That's big money for a tight end, especially coming off a 2024 season that was, let's be honest, a bit underwhelming. Maybe some nagging injuries or just the grind of the NFC East. But in 2025, he's bounced back strong. Through 13 games, Ferguson's racked up 75 receptions. That's a ton of targets, putting him on pace to shatter his personal bests. And those 7 touchdowns. Career high already. He's been a red zone monster, using his size and route-running savvy to outmuscle defenders and haul in those scoring passes from Dak. Picture it, Prescott drops back, scans the field, and zips one to Ferguson in the end zone for 6 points. The crowd at Jerry World erupts. That's the kind of magic that makes Cowboys football so addictive. Yet, not everything's roses in Big D. Critics are pointing to his yards per reception, which sits at a career-low 7.4. That's down from his rookie-year highs, and it sparks debates about his yards after catch, or YAC, for the casual fans out there. YAC is basically how many extra yards a player gains after grabbing the ball, dodging tackles like a video game character. Ferguson's not exploding for those big gains like, say, Travis Kelce in his prime or even our own CD Lamb, who's been torching defenses with his speed. Some experts are whispering, is he creating enough after the catch to justify that paycheck? I caught up with a fictional analyst, let's call him Mike from Cowboys Insider Radio, who told me, Jake's a solid chain mover, getting those first downs that keep drives alive, but in today's NFL, you need that burst. Compare it to Jason Witten, the Cowboys legend with over 1,200 receptions. Witten averaged around 9 yards per catch in his peak years. Ferguson could learn from that. Statistically, yeah, it's a dip, but let's put it in context. The Cowboys' offense ranks top 5 in the league for points per game this year, thanks in part to Ferguson's reliability on third downs. He's converting first downs at a 60% clip, better than league average for tight ends. And those touchdowns, they're gold in fantasy leagues and real-life playoffs alike. Speaking of playoffs, this loss to the Lions drops the Cowboys to, well, let's say a precarious spot in the NFC East standings, that brutal division where rivalries run deep. The Philadelphia Eagles, with their smash-mouth style, the New York Giants rebuilding but always sneaky, and the Washington Commanders adding young talent, it's a dogfight every week. Remember the 90s dynasty? Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, the triplets, leading Dallas to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. That's the benchmark. Today, with stars like Micah Parsons wreaking havoc on defense, the guy's a sack machine, leading the team with 12 this season, and Lamb stretching the field, the Cowboys have the pieces. But turnovers? They've committed 18 this year, third most in the NFC, and that's a recipe for disaster come January. If Ferguson cleans up his act, it could be the difference maker. Imagine a playoff run where he secures the ball, turns short passes into chunk plays, and helps Dak orchestrate comebacks like the iconic Ice Bowl or the catch against the Packers in 14. Now, let's sprinkle in some Cowboys trivia to fire you up. Did you know the team earned the America's Team nickname from a 1978 NFL Films highlight reel? It stuck because of their nationwide fanbase. Cowboys Nation stretches from Texas to Timbuktu. And AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry World, seats over 80,000 and has that massive video board bigger than most houses. Pop culture ties. Think Friday Night Lights vibes, or how stars like Post Malone and Matthew McConaughey rep the silver and blue. Even in current events, with the NFL expanding globally, the Cowboys played an exhibition in Mexico City last year. Talk about international appeal. Looking ahead, what does this mean for Ferguson and the team? Predictions time. I see him bouncing back strong. Maybe a few extra drills with the jugs machine, focusing on ball security. If he cuts the fumbles to under 5 for the season, watch out. The Cowboys could clinch the division with wins over the Eagles and Giants in the final stretch. Playoff implications? A wild card berth at minimum, but with this talent, Super Bowl dreams aren't far-fetched. As for the contract, yeah, he's earning it with those TDs, but the yards per reception needs to climb to silence the doubters. Cowboys fans, this is what makes the sport thrilling: the highs, the lows, the comebacks. Don't miss the next game against the Commanders. Tune in Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow us for more breakdowns, and remember, in Dallas, we don't just play football, we live it. How about them Cowboys? Until next time, stay passionate.